Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you had an awesome evening, an awesome day, and if you watched my previous video, you know that almost all my snakes lined up on the same day to be fed, and I didn't want to make an hour-long video because probably not too many of you guys will really watch that because hour-long videos are ridiculous and I just ramble on and on and on, and so that could be a problem. Anyways, so first off, this is just going to be a live feeding, so if you don't want to see that, I would suggest not watching this, even though I'm going to put the warning on the title of the video. I almost put this snake feeding in with my boas and green anacondas, but again, that would be a lot longer, and I don't want to upset the people who want to watch my boas eating and then just throwing in like a live feeding. So if you don't want to watch the live feedings, so you can not watch the single videos of that, but if you do want to watch the live videos, that's why I'm putting them out there. Me personally, I don't like watching animals suffer or die from another animal, but that is nature. That's how it happens all over the world, and snakes pretty much do eat live animals. There are the exception that sometimes in the wild they will eat dead animals, but frozen thawed is easier for me, and it is easier and more convenient to stock my freezer up, thaw them out for a couple hours, and then feed them and be on my way like that. Plus, I don't have to take care of the live rats, which I do. I feed them, I house them, and I give them water every single day. So basically, they're pets, and then I have to feed them. So basically, another thing is Facebook. Basically, if you go on Facebook and you say that you're feeding live, you just get like blasted for being a horrible snake owner and all this ridiculous stuff and how horrible it is to feed live and how bad it is and how dangerous it is for the snake. So to keep my videos from being shut down, since they've been shut down in the past, I'm going to try to make this a little bit educational so that YouTube can keep it going. And I try to put a little bit of information on to make it safer for the snake on each one of these live videos, but of course we're going to do this again just so these videos stay up. Also, t-shirts. If you guys like this t-shirt, they are in Teesprings. Obviously my channel is super small, so they're not supporting like my shirts or spreading them out through their channel, but if you go to the about section on my YouTube channel, then you can scroll down a little bit. It says t-shirts. You can click there, and then it takes you to their website, hopefully to the t-shirts. This is the first time I've ever done this, but they don't market it or advertise it, so I kind of have to do it on my own, but just throwing it out there. So let's get into feeding my male ball python. And so as I was saying, a lot of people on Facebook and stuff, which I try not to get on there too much because this just normally ends up into huge arguments, which is unnecessary. But if you have a snake that does not eat live, just feed it live. It's not a big deal. Your snake has to survive, and I am totally against taking a snake off of food for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, just so a snake gets hungry enough that it might eat a frozen thawed. And that's what a lot of people do. And so I'd rather give it what's not necessarily more convenient for me, but for the safety and the health of my snakes, which I raise up. So this is the only snake that I own that eats live. So it is inconvenient for me. It's annoying, but it is the process, and that is just how his brain functions. So keeping your snake safe while feeding live. Step one, pretty much just throwing the rat in there, putting the lid on, and leaving, forgetting about it. It's probably the worst thing you can do, because you might come back a couple hours later or the next day and your rat has eaten or half eaten your snake, and then that's a huge issue. And I see that not a lot, but often enough that it's shocking that people do that. And so right now he is picking up the scent of the rat, and soon enough he will strike. Very soon. So as I was saying, he's gonna strike at any moment. Whoa. That was ridiculous. Okay, so he's squishing him. Definitely got the head in a good position where he's probably not biting, but we also need to make sure that the teeth are not biting into the rat or the snake. So we need to make sure, as this rat is taking its last few breaths, it's not trying to get away, and it's not biting down in a defensive way into the snake and harming the snake at all. So I do have my snake hook. I am placing it in between the jaws of the rat, so there's no possible way this rat can damage my snake or harm it. And he's definitely biting down pretty good on the tip of this hook. I could use a pen or pencil, but as of right now, this is all that I have. And they definitely have teeth. Even like this, he could bite through the scales, and I don't need any issues with my snake getting an infection, bleeding out, anything like that. So just be aware of the teeth on the rat. A lot of people do drop the rat in, as I was saying before. I'll come back in 20 minutes. They get caught up on Facebook, TV, fall asleep, come back, and their snake's dead. So it happens. Just be aware of what's going on with your snake. And that's that. So it is an unfortunate thing, but my snake needs to survive. So one of the really neat things is on pieds and a lot of the white snakes is that this pink area right here, is that when they constrict, you can see their blood flow through their scales, which I think is awesome. So that's enough of me talking, and we will just watch this guy eat his meal. Alright guys, that is it. Sorry about the long beginning before we actually got into the feeding, but I just wanted to talk to you guys a bit about the live feeding, and then trying not to get my videos shut down and stuff like that. I appreciate the support, I appreciate all the comments, and I appreciate everybody that's coming through my channel, whether you're subscribing or not. It just means a lot to me, because just starting this channel, I thought I'd get nobody watching, and it's just nice to see that a lot of people are into snakes or getting interested into snakes, and that I can connect with people, because I don't really have family members or like know too many people that are into snakes, so this is kind of just something that I can communicate with people that are into this hobby, I guess, and not get like blasted, shamed, or made fun of for keeping them and wanting to keep them and stuff like that. So before I keep on rambling on and on, hope you guys have an awesome day or an awesome night whenever you guys are watching this. I'll see you guys on the next video.